Hi, I'm Ryan, and this is my JCC story. I had a happy childhood. I grew up in a church in a small town in Pennsylvania, and but as I got older, had some hardships. Parents got divorced, had to change schools, so there's some difficulties along the way. And one of the other things too is just as I went along with the public schools, I started learning their philosophies. I started learning just evolutionary theory, things like that, and it kind of allowed that worldview to envelop any Christian worldview that I had developed as a kid. And so with that, it allowed me to choose my own way to live, choose my own belief system. And I did. And I lived in a way that basically just satisfied myself, or what I thought would be pleasing to myself. And it really just wrecked my life. And by the end of my freshman year of college, I was just at a dead end. And my life was so broken and such a mess that I moved to California just to get a fresh start, to get away from it all. And nothing really changed. The weather maybe was a little bit better, but it was still me there, and I was still a wreck. And that's when I met some guys who were Christians. They were at a coffee shop, and they just started hanging out with me, and I noticed something drastically different about their lives. I noticed a wholeness, I noticed a peace, I noticed a healing that they had each had, and what they said, what they had in common was Jesus. And so I started wondering if Jesus might be more than what I had learned as a kid. And then another thing was I still had these intellectual doubts. And so I read a book called More Than a Carpenter that one of the guys had given me. And it started talking about the validity of the resurrection, just how the Bible wasn't just some storybook, it wasn't just full of myths, and just some of the credence of that. And so I opened my heart to Jesus, and I put my faith in him, and that's when everything changed. When I saw how amazing he was, when I saw how just powerful he was and loving he was and merciful he was to me. And from that point on, that little mustard seed just grew and grew. And God completely changed my life from there, and he hasn't stopped just completely taking me on crazy, crazy adventures and just doing amazing things in my life that I could never do by my own. I'm so grateful for the victories that are promised in the Bible, and the future and the eternity and the hope that is given through Jesus Christ. I love him. I worship him, and I pray too that you will put your faith, if you haven't already, that you too will put your faith in him and just give him all your worship. He's the only one who will never let you down for all eternity. He is trustworthy. He's steadfast, and he is true. So that's my JCC story.